Okay, definitely, hands down, like the best and most popular food in Nicaragua is gallo pinto. That is rice and beans mixed together, but somehow they put their magic in it and it tastes glorious. I don't know how they do it. I've tried to make it now and it just doesn't work. But they have gallo pinto for almost every dinner, sometimes for breakfast. So usually like at lunch, they'll have rice and then beans, like your red beans. And then for dinner, they're like mixed together for gallo pinto. And you usually always have plátanos, so like plantains, in some sort of form. It could be like maduros, and they're like yellow, and they just fry them, and they're yummy. Or they make them like tajadas or tostones, like different ways of making it. They like make it into like chips, or they like squash them and fry them. They can make plátanos in like 10 different ways, I swear. Let's see, another yummy thing I liked in Nicaragua was, I think it's called figuron, and they would have yuca with chicharrón, which is like the pig skin, but it's super good. And then they just put like ensalada on top. That was one of my favorite meals, honestly. And they would have nacatamales, which is like tamales, but it's not. On the inside it has rice and tomatoes and onions and just filled with a lot of stuff, and then they cover it in like those big leaves, and then they just put it over the hot fire for like 4 hours. It's so good. Amazing. They always told us in MTC, like, never eat things on the street, like never eat, because it can be like it's not always good for you, or you never know what's in it. But you know, sometimes we would eat stuff off of the street and it was delicious. My favorite was these called quesillos. So they would get tortillas, and then they would put this cheese in it, and then like onions and the sauce. Oh, I don't know how they made it, but it was good. And let's see, yeah, and the tortillas. The tortillas are they're not like U.S. tortillas we have here. No, not at all. They make them over the fire. They just have their masa, and I learned how to make it. You just like, you just slap it on the table, and they put it on there, and it's delicious. And you eat it with this little cheese that's called cuajada. Perfect. They have a lot of different cheese. The cheese is great, and they fry everything. So maybe you won't be the healthiest, but it's delicious. So they have this other cheese that they would just fry, and so they would just eat queso frito, fried cheese. Like, you just eat fried cheese. It was great. So sometimes for breakfast, I would eat fried plátanos and fried cheese for breakfast. Probably not the best, healthiest, but it was good. So that's a little bit about the food.